Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm really good. I'm excited because I get to talk to a shark today. Robert-herjavec from Shark Tank.
He's my favorite one.
You know what? He's my favorite too, but I'm going to try not to gush too much because I think of all the sharks, he just seems like such a nice guy.
Yeah.
So hopefully I don't make an idiot of myself because I like the guy. So anyway, he's coming up later on the program. He and Amanda-Brinkman have a new program that they're doing. It's an online program, like a TV program, where there are different communities that are winning $500,000 for revitalization.
Oh, cool.
It's really cool. Also, take a listen to this. A pair of newlyweds have purchased their dream home in Hamburg, Germany, but were horrified with what they discovered as they moved in. They found the skeletal remains of a man who had been stuck in the chimney for 50 years.
Whoa.
Yeah, so can't imagine that nobody cleaned the chimney for 50 years, apparently. And Roman Emperor Nero was known for lavish, depraved lifestyle. Well, he ruled from 37 AD to 68 AD. Archaeologists recently unveiled what they think are the remains of his extravagant banquet hall, a circular space that rotated day and night to imitate the Earth's movement and impress his guests.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's from way back in the day.
Yeah.
And we can't even do that kind of cool
That's
stuff
pretty
now.
cool.
Like that Nero, he was kind of a crazy dude, but interesting. All right, coming up, some special things happening today. We'll tell you all about that in a bit.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. You know what today is?
What is today, John?
Thought you'd never ask. It's Wednesday, October the 12th. Today is International Moment of Frustration Scream Day. So if you hear people screaming, you know what's going on. It's also Child Rambunctiousness Appreciation Day today, National Doodlebug Day today, National Do-Wah-Diddy-Diddy Day today, and today is the True Columbus Day. I know we celebrated that Monday, but today is the official day that he actually discovered America. I remember.
So why don't we celebrate it on this
because they
day?
close the banks and stuff on Mondays. They don't say, "Oh, we're going to just whatever day it happens to be."
It should always be the same day.
No, they observe
like
it.
Christmas.
No, I understand, but they observe it on the Monday. So
Okay.
It's interesting because I had a comedian that I really thought was funny. He was talking about Columbus discovered America. Like if I walked into your living room and said, "Hey, I just discovered this living room," and I thought that like we're already here. And somebody had a sign on Columbus Day on one of the TV shows that said, Native Americans discovered Columbus while he was lost at sea. And I was like, that is so funny. Hey, today is also National Online Banking Day, National 6 Billion Day. It is Drink Local Wine Day, Emergency Nurses Day, Free Thought Day, Bring Your Teddy Bear to Work or School Day, International Top Spinning Day, National Fossil Day, National Take Your Parents to Lunch Day. Kids, take mom and dad to lunch today. It is Save Day, which is Stop America's Violence Everywhere. Spanish Language Day, which I should have said in Spanish, but I don't know it. Stop Bullying Day and World Arthritis Day. A lot of stuff going on today.
John and Heidi.
Legally, we gotta have insurance. That's why getting the very best rate is paramount. I'm Jared Parsons. I founded the first national and virtual insurance agency. Until now, you were limited to the agents in your area. But what if the rates are better somewhere else? At Parsons, we shop around and we get you the best rate. It's that simple. Go to radioinsuranceguy.com. That's radioinsuranceguy.com.
John and Heidi.
You know it's true because you heard it on the radio. Director of a movie being made in Morocco woke up one day to find that 70 of the film's extras had abandoned him. It's kind of an interesting story. The movie was about illegal immigrants. The actors were apparently inspired by the movie because they decided to become illegal aliens themselves. The 70 Moroccans abandoned the set of the film to risk their lives sailing aboard rickety old boats over the narrow Strait of Gibraltar to get to Spain. So,
I didn't know Morocco was a bad place.
You
I
wouldn't
don't know a
think so.
whole lot about it, but I didn't know that it was.
It sounds beautiful, and I'm sure there are areas that are beautiful, but there are people who leave Mexico to come here. And where do we go on vacation?
Mexico.
Then we go to Cancun and Acapulco and, what are some of those others? Chichen Itza? Is that what that's? Because I remember they said it's kind of like chicken pizza. Chichen Itza?
That's just a site. It's not like a vacation
What are some of the other?
destination.
Cozumel, is that in Mexico?
Yeah.
I don't know. Heidi, by the way, was a travel agent for years, so You know all kinds of cool places to go.
I do.
She always tells me where to go, but it's never any place on a map. So, but this place, Morocco, yeah, I always hear about people that visit there. But there were 70 Moroccans who decided to jump in a rickety old boat and head through the Strait of Gibraltar to get to Spain to become illegal immigrants there because they were apparently inspired by this movie that they were working on at the time.
Wow. Well, you did a good job on the movie then.
So, I wonder where did he get 70 more people and they left too? I wonder. It just keeps happening over and over and over. It's like a big, huge cycle. I don't know. Anyway, it happened, and you know it's true because you heard it on the radio.
John and Heidi.
The John and Heidi Show is brought to you in part by the Keystone Treatment Center.
This is your brain, and this is your brain on drugs. We share silly stories here on the program, but addiction is no joke. If you or someone you know suffers with an addiction to drugs or alcohol, make today the day you seek help.
Call toll-free 844-204-1055.
That's a toll-free number. Again,
844-204-1055.
and this is your brain on drugs. A couple of guys from Canada were on vacation in the Cayman Islands. They got a little bit of drink on, and they said, hey, let's go buy some cocaine.
That's always a good idea.
You know, it's not like you can just go do that at the corner drugstore. So they asked some locals, where can we get some cocaine? And they got a phone number. So they called, and the guy that answered the phone told them, no, you got the wrong number. But they were insistent, so they called back. And the guy that answered the phone finally said, yeah, I'll meet up with you. Tell you what, let's get together. And he came along with a bag of non-dairy creamer that he was telling them was cocaine. What they didn't know is Jeff Jackson, the person that answered that phone, is the deputy chief of the Combined Police and Custom Drugs Task Force for the Cayman Islands. So whoever gave him the number probably knew that when they gave him the number. Anyway, they were fined $1,000, but since they had failed to actually buy the cocaine, they were not charged with possession. So they got attempted drug possession, apparently, or I don't know what it is.
A bunch of idiots.
Yeah, that was not the smartest thing to do. But kids, that's what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh. A Walmart recently hired a young lady that they maybe should have done a little more checking on before they actually hired her, Heidi.
Okay.
A simple check probably would have told them that this was not the best idea. They hired a young lady that had shoplifted from the store a couple of times.
Oh,
In fact,
wow.
she was told to stay away from the store, but surprise, surprise, she didn't. She came in and applied, and they hired her. And guess what? She ended up
stole again.
Yeah, stealing a bunch of money and merchandise to the tune of about $2,900.
Wow.
Note to personnel department, maybe check into who it is you're hiring in the future. So apparently they're like, we just need somebody. We need anybody. Even this lady that's been stealing from us over here got caught shoplifting, but why not?
She learned her lesson.
Yeah.
She won't do it again.
Why not put her on the team? I mean, maybe we should make her a manager. Yeah, that wasn't really a bright idea. It didn't work out so hot for him. So there you go. That's why we call that your moment of duh. Coming up, we have the scoop of the day, and that is on the way.
The Scoop of the Day is brought to you by Wells Blue Bunny. If you want delicious ice cream, be sure to look for the Blue Bunny. Sure to have your favorite flavors. Learn more at bluebunny.com.
Now your scoop of the day. Police in China have arrested a man that they say has called the emergency response line more than 700 times.
Whoa.
We've actually had stories about other people that have done this, but I don't think anybody to the tune of 700 times. They finally arrested the man and asked why he kept calling their version of 911. I believe there it's 999. It's in China. Anyway, he said, I'm testing the performance of my mobile phone. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
It works, but your
that's the wrong number to call.
but your brain doesn't.
Call a friend.
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh, my
Speaking
goodness.
of cell phones, Samsung has stopped production of their Galaxy Note 7 until they figure out why it's bursting into flames. We actually have Galaxy phones, and I love mine. Absolutely
I love
it.
mine.
So we got new phones, what was that, 2 weeks ago already? Mm-hmm. And I'm almost to the point where I know how to use mine. So
I still know how to use mine because I had one before.
yeah,
So
I'm getting around to it. And I know most of the stuff. It's just, things like I can't call people or text them or send emails. Other than that, no, I'm teasing. I know how to do all of that. Hey, did you know that the Golden Girls have action figures now?
What?
Yeah, action figures.
Isn't that about 30 years too late?
Well, it says action figures from the Golden Girls were unveiled at the New York Comic Con. Target plans to carry them, though they're not in stock yet.
What?
Are you serious?
Who would want them? What would you do?
I'm
what
wondering.
would you do with them?
My question is this a different Golden Girls than the ones we think of? Is it Blanche?
That's what I'm thinking.
So like,
Is there like a new? Because that
Maybe
doesn't
there's-
really fit into Comic Con,
I don't
does
think so.
it?
I don't know. Maybe that's a thing.
Maybe there's a new like. Maybe we just sound really stupid. Maybe there's a new Golden Girls.
Apparently there is. Hey, this is going to probably shock you, Heidi. This is probably bad news for you. I know you're going to lose sleep over this tonight. But, folks, are you sitting down? Are you ready for this? The E! Network just shut down production on Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Oh, no.
No decision has been
That's a
made
shame.
as to when they will resume. But I know there's people crying right now, and I feel so sorry that
I
I
can
was the one
honestly
to
say
break
I've
it
never
to you.
seen it.
Nor
Never
have I.
once.
I didn't even know it was still on. I thought that was done years ago. Hey, Anderson Cooper ruled himself out as a new co-host for Live with Kelly. He says he's staying put at CNN. So there you go. Anyone in your company have brain drain? Well, it seems that federal programs worth billions of dollars are at risk because the government is not doing enough to recruit, train, and keep good employees. According to the General Accounting Office, staff cutbacks and an aging workforce and competition from the private sector have contributed to the brain drain in the federal government. What was their excuse before this? It's just,
I have no
It's
clue.
been ongoing for a long time. Well, the 10 Commandments don't include thou shalt not eat chocolate cake. An unusual study found that people who regularly attend religious activities are 50% more likely to battle obesity by middle age. It's kind of weird. It's probably because all those delicious bake sales at the church, I'm thinking. We don't know why, but frequent religious participation is associated with development of obesity.
It's because of all the bread and wine.
Could be that too. Matthew Feinstein, the study's lead investigator and a 4-year student at Northwestern University School of Medicine, said there have been a number of case studies over the years that show people who are more religious tend to live longer and are less likely to smoke and have better mental health. But religious people are doing a lot right. In this one special area, there's room for improvement. So, according to this, if you're more religious, you tend to be a little heavier as well. Maybe, I don't know, is that good or is that bad?
Well, it's not bad. It's not good to
It's
be
not
heavy.
good? It depends on how much too heavy, I guess. And our final story. You can relieve your anxiety and your depression and your stress by cleaning your house vigorously for 20 minutes nonstop once a week. That is the word from a study from researchers at the University College of London. They say the key to alleviating depression is physical exercise. So they're saying while you're at it, just clean your house vigorously. So there you go. When we get done with the program today, we're going to have to go home and
If
clean
I only
our
had
house.
a vacuum cleaner.
Going to have to clean our house vigorously. I don't think I've ever cleaned anything vigorously, just so you know.
I have.
Have you really?
Oh, yeah.
Trying to get blood stains out? Is that what you're... All right, this has been your Scoop of the Day.
John and Heidi.
Election day is almost here. No matter which side you're rooting for, you now have a place to get informed and to truly voice your opinion at politicalstorm.com. An amazing resource with information from people on both sides of the aisle all in one place. Watch videos, read blogs, listen to podcasts like mine, and read fun editorials. You can also contribute with your own blog for free. Be a part of the community at politicalstorm.com. You have a choice, and now you have a voice too at politicalstorm.com. That's politicalstorm.com.
John and Heidi.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. We've got a few special guests joining us today. Not one, but two awesome folks. Going to be visiting with Robert-Herjavec. You may know him from Shark Tank on ABC. Also going to be visiting with Amanda-Brinkman from Deluxe Corporation. Let me explain what we're going to be talking about today. Small businesses are the backbone of our economy. Small town diners, local dry cleaners, and corner hardware stores serve more than 60 million Americans living in communities outside of major metros. Nobody has their finger on the pulse of these crucial small businesses more than Robert-Herjavec. Now, premiering his new show with Amanda Brinkman, they're chronicling the emotional and compelling story of small towns across the country, and the first program focuses on Wabash, Indiana. This program will talk about the small businesses overcoming the crippling challenges that face many main streets across America. Throughout the series of 8 episodes, Brinkman and Herjavec are joined by small business marketing experts to bring a $500,000 revitalization to local businesses and entrepreneurs in Wabash. And joining us on the line right now, we have Amanda Brinkman and Robert Herjavec. Folks, how are you doing today?
Wonderful.
Well, we're glad to have you on the program. First of all, I got to tell you, Robert, I love the program Shark Tank. I've been watching it for a long time. As an entrepreneur, I got to say thank you for doing what you guys are doing. Not only that program, but this new program, Small Business Revolution on Main Street. Now, what was the idea behind doing this? How did you guys come up with the concept of doing this program, Robert?
Well, thank you for watching the show. You know, the great thing about Shark Tank is we really support the American dream and small business across America, which is alive and well and strong. And when Deluxe approached me over a year ago now about working with them on this program, they created the smallbusinessrevolution.org, and it slowly started and became a campaign where we promoted a program where people could vote for their small town. And we had a winner, and that winner was Wabash, Indiana, beautiful small town. And Amanda and I and the entire Deluxe team went in there and worked with them to the tune of about $500,000 and changed the lives of a lot of those small businesses and hopefully made things for the better.
That I think is such a cool idea. And I know with the program that you've been on for several seasons now, you've made a huge difference for a lot of businesses around the country. But how different is it with Small Business Revolution on Main Street, where you're helping a whole community? Is it quite a bit different when you do it that way?
Yeah, you know, that's a great question. What we really find is the fabric of America is all these small businesses that are trying to survive in small towns and compete against the big box retailers. You know, everybody in our community has a small business they like and they frequent. We're trying to get people to support that and promote that. And the interesting thing was we were able to really affect a lot of these people's businesses. And these are small businesses. I mean, you know, on Shark Tank, we see larger enterprises now, but these are people with 2 employees, 1 employee, making decisions that are really critical to them and affect their lives, their community, and everybody around them.
Again, visiting right now with Robert Herjavec from Shark Tank, but we've also got joining him there, Amanda Brinkman of Deluxe Corporation. Amanda, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Very good. Now, this is such a cool concept, the program that you two are working on. Let's talk a little bit about what it is that you do with the program, because you're also on the program. So what is it that you bring to the table, and how is it that you got involved in this project?
Yeah, so Deluxe has been working with small businesses for over 100 years now. And so in 2015, we started the Small Business Revolution as a documentary series where we went across the country and told the stories of small businesses, 100 small businesses. And it was all in the hopes to create a movement to get more people to support the small businesses within their communities. And as we were going across the country, we really noticed that, you know, nowhere are small businesses more under siege than in our small towns. You know, they're really struggling, as Robert said, to compete with these big box retailers and national chains, and that kind of broke our hearts. So we wanted to really help One Main Street revitalize through their small businesses. And so Deluxe wanted to invest in one town and bring the town back to life through their small businesses.
Well, I think it's a fantastic idea. Now, let's talk about how people listening right now can help bring this concept to the community they live in, because they can actually nominate their community to win the next $500,000 revitalization from Small Business Revolution. How do they go about doing that, Robert? How do I sign my town up to be a part of this?
Well, the first thing we want you to do is go to smallbusinessrevolution.org and watch the documentary. There's 2 episodes that went live this week. And then the second thing we want you to do is get inspired and nominate your small town for the next version of this. And there's about 4 weeks left to vote. Last year we got over 10,000 nominations from, I think, almost every state.
Yeah, all 50 states were represented.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. And I don't think you'll have any shortage whatsoever of communities that want help, because this is such a great idea. This is such a great way for people to get some assistance for their community. When you guys are looking through and trying to decide which community to pick, is there a specific thing that you're looking for as the best communities to be able to help?
Yeah, you know, one of the things we look at is we really want to be able to make an impact, and we really want to find a small town that has that small business community already alive and well, but maybe just needs that boost and that next round of help. And we're really looking for a community that's ready to band together, that's ready to kind of become the best versions of themselves again. And so, you know, again, as Robert said, last year we had nearly 10,000 nominations. I think it's because everyone has a small town that means something to them. So we're excited to see what the reaction is this year, and nominations will be open through October 21st at smallbusinessrevolution.org.
Very nice. We're going to send them out there, smallbusinessrevolution.org. I'm excited. I have to admit, I have not yet had a chance to watch this program, but I'll do it right now that I know that it's online and I can go watch it. So, Robert, thank you very much for spending time with us. Amanda, thank you as well. We appreciate what you guys are doing, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you're doing for small businesses in America.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And, Robert, I got to say, I watched the first program in the new season of Shark Tank. It was really hard for me to see 6 chairs out there, but I got to say it was a lot of fun to watch, and I love your new haircut.
Well, thank you. You can imagine how hard it was to get a word in edgewise with 6 sharks.
Yeah, it was
with 5, but it was impossible. You can't get Barbara to be quiet for a moment.
Well, she seemed angry the other night. She didn't do any deals with anybody.
She was so angry. I don't think she had dinner that day. There was definitely something going on.
Well, for those of you that have not yet had a chance to see that program, check it out, Shark Tank on ABC. The new season just premiered September 23rd. And again, the new program we're talking about, Small Business Revolution, check it out at smallbusinessrevolution.org. Thank you so much for listening to The John and Heidi Show. All right, thank you, guys. I see we're almost out of time, so I figured I better wrap it up before you just disappear on me. So I've had that happen. That's no fun. Thank you so much, folks. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.
The program is called Small Business Revolution on Main Street, and you can watch it starting right now. They actually have the first couple episodes, as we just learned, online at smallbusinessrevolution.org. You can go there today to not only watch the episodes about Wabash, Indiana, but also to sign up your community to be on the next season of Small Business Revolution. Again, that's smallbusinessrevolution.org. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Are you ready for Duel? Kyle Dowling on guitar, Brett Gunderson on bass, Sam DeVito on drums, and frontman Duel Shape.
Gotta keep rocking, gotta keep sucking, bringing it down like rain.
Duel's new single just hit iTunes and it's selling fast. Get your copy now.
When you're locked in chains and you feel no pain, Supernova gonna get you too.
Their first single, Supernova, is available now for less than $1. Learn more and find a direct link to buy Supernova at facebook.com/DuelRocks.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
On a hot afternoon, the atmosphere draws up 55 million gallons of water an hour just from the Gulf of Mexico.
Really?
Yeah, that's a lot. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
If the sun's energy decreased by 10%, the entire Earth would be covered in ice 1 mile thick.
Oh.
Yeah, so just 10%. So there you go. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
It took 20,000 men 22 years to build the Taj Mahal.
Oh.
Yeah. So next time you have a building project going on, and it seems like it's going on, just remember 20,000 men, 22 years to get that one done.
Wonder if the same crew is doing road construction in our community.
Yeah, there's sometimes I kind of wonder. Hey, if you're on the road cruise, her name is Heidi. I think you're awesome, by the way. Hey, the circumference of the Earth at the equator measures 24,902 miles. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The belly button of a typical blue whale is 8 inches across. So 8 inches for a belly button of a blue whale. I didn't even know whales had a belly button.
Had belly buttons.
Apparently they do. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday.
John and Heidi.
Legally, we gotta have insurance. That's why getting the very best rate is paramount. I'm Jared Parsons. I founded the first national and virtual insurance agency. Until now, you were limited to the agents in your area. But what if the rates are better somewhere else? At Parsons, we shop around and we get you the best rate. It's that simple. Go to radioinsuranceguy.com. That's radioinsuranceguy.com.
John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. We've got a TV news reporter that demonstrates how easy it is for terrorists to poison the water supply in Nashville. Ends up being kind of an embarrassing moment for them. Nashville's Channel 5 News. And I don't think this happened just recently. I think this was like a couple years ago.
Okay.
So when I'm online, there are some stories that you can tell when they happen or some that you can't. I don't think this happened just recently. I really do. If I remember correctly, I think this is maybe from a while back. It says here, a reporter from Channel 5 Nashville named Robert Manning wanted to do a hard-nosed, in-depth report on terrorism and how easy it would be for terrorists to make their way to the city's water treatment center. He thought, I've got a great idea, and this is going to help boost my career. So at the local government's expense, he brought cameras down a few hundred yards from the city's, quote, water supply to show viewers just how easily terrorists could contaminate the city's water. From inside the fence, Robert Manning, big shot reporter, says it's not too hard to crawl underneath the fence. It took me less than 20 seconds. He mocked the city's recent announcement that they were posting more guards around the plant. He said, I don't see any guards at all. His in-depth reporting was going well. He thought he was going to win some awards for sure. Guess what the problem was?
What's that?
He was not at the water plant.
He was at the sewage plant?
He was at the city's sewage treatment plant.
Go ahead and contaminate the sewage water all you want.
Hey, it's okay. I already contaminated that. So I think that's really funny. I wonder when he found out. Do you think it was completely produced and on the air when somebody called and said, hey, yeah, good luck with all that.
How embarrassing.
Sure hope the terrorists don't mess with our poo. I think that's kind of funny. So
you might get a Pulitzer.
A Pulitzer. There you go. I know that story is not a fresh, brand new one, but, with something like that, that's timeless.
John and Heidi.
If you're a business owner or the person in charge of advertising, I have a special offer just for you. We're doing a jingle special this month. Did you know that when you put words to music, they're 9 times more memorable? How would you like to be the name in your industry and have people singing your song? We've worked with hundreds of small businesses to create their own musical image, and we want to help you too. Reach out right now and we'll give you $500 off. Squeeze it into this year's budget and get results for years to come. Learn more and hear examples at radioreallyworks.com. That's radioreallyworks.com. Heidi, do you like pizza?
Oh, too much.
German scientists say pizza can protect you from skin cancer.
Really?
Yeah, I'm liking this. Let's see where it goes. Pizza says it's got a unique mix of ingredients. Its perfect combination keeps out harmful rays from the sun. Are you wearing this pizza? Are you? Researchers prove. Do you have to smear it all over yourself? What do you do here? Research has proven that for the first time in history that the effect of normal supermarket groceries have on the skin. It's Dusseldorf University. The professors there say research builds on the recent discovery that just 2 ounces of tomatoes and olives each day can have more of a triple of the impact of skin's natural ability to protect itself. So they're saying this is going to help your skin protect itself, having tomatoes and olives. So you're going to want to make sure you have those on that pizza, apparently. So and they say you should still use sun-blocking creams. This is just going to help under the cream.
Okay.
So
there you go.
I don't know if that's really a... As long as you're wearing sunscreen and eating pizza, you'll be good.
But did you say this was done in Dusseldorf?
Dusseldorf, Germany, yeah. So
I wonder if it was Dusseldorf Pizzeria that did this study.
It could be. I have no idea. You need to eat our pizza, and that's going to be good for you. I don't know. Coming up, we're going to talk about cologne. That's on the way. I never really thought about this before, but there's a story here that talks about shopping for cologne on the internet is not easy. Of course, you can't smell it. So how would you do that? They say it's impossible to know what you're buying if you can't smell it. Well, that could change with the new thing called the I Smell device. It'll recreate the scent for you using a mixture of a few scented oils. The device will emit scents based on digital instructions sent over the internet on an embedded computer program. The product, which has a bit of a nose shape to it, is still in development. Its makers only envision the device to be used to sell products, but they also think that people could send scented emails and video games to enhance the game with certain smells. Do you think this is something that's necessary?
No, I don't think it's necessary at all. Most of the time, if you're ordering online,
it's
you already
have
know
a favorite. Yeah.
what your favorite is, and you're going to order that.
One more reason that I just encourage you to shop local. I mean, go into a local
you can
store.
go in and there will be a nice person there who will let you
spray
smell all of them.
Yeah, it's always good.
We've even got little tester strips. So
Fun stuff.
So you could spray it on and then take it with you and see if you still like it and come back
and
to the
it's
store
an
in 5
experience.
minutes. Right.
And you can't do it in your underwear like you do online, but you should probably get dressed first. But then, go see a local store. Problem
Most
solved.
guys sitting around their underwear are probably not shopping for fragrances anyway.
I gotta find me some better scents. Kind of a reeking smell around here. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Election day is almost here. No matter which side you're rooting for, you now have a place to get informed and to truly voice your opinion at politicalstorm.com. An amazing resource with information from people on both sides of the aisle, all in one place. Watch videos, read blogs, listen to podcasts like mine, and read fun editorials. You can also contribute with your own blog for free. Be a part of the community at politicalstorm.com. You have a choice, and now you have a voice too at politicalstorm.com. That's politicalstorm.com. Social media. Has social media helped in the office or has it hurt in the office, Heidi? That's what I would have thought before I read this. But it says, if you are the boss, you might not want to be so quick to ban Facebook and Twitter from the office. You might be doing yourself a disservice when it comes to employee productivity. What do you think of that?
There's no way. I'm sorry. If you can't access Facebook, you're going to be working.
Yeah, maybe. HowStuffWorks.com is a site that has this story. It says, although most people think of social media sites like Facebook and Twitter as time wasters, a number of studies have shown just the opposite. In fact, studies show that employees who use social networking sites are 9% more productive than those who don't. How could sites that take you away from the task at hand make you more productive? Researchers credit social networking sites to giving workers the needed brain breathers. When you take a couple of minutes to check up on what other people are doing, and, follow them on Twitter or on social media, you get a break from the more tedious work. And then when you get back to work, you get more done. I remember working for a company, and they had a little analogy. They said, if you were going to chop down a tree, and there were two of you, and you each had the same axe, and you were each chopping down trees that were the same size, and one person chopped all day long, and the other person took a 10-minute break every hour, which one would get done first? And most people would say, well, the guy that chopped all day long. And they said, no. They said the guy that takes a 10-minute break, he's rested. And if during that break he's sharpening his axe and getting it so it's nice and sharp, when he goes back to work, he's going to get done a whole lot quicker. So what they're saying in this study is, if you're utilizing Facebook and Twitter to sharpen your axe, if you will, and to, make it so you're... What are you laughing about?
Nothing.
You're making the funniest looking faces at me right now.
So full of crap.
But it's true. So now when you yell at me for being on Facebook later today, I'm going to tell you why I'm on there. So thank you. HowStuffWorks.com. Thank you. We've got some good news coming your way. This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always try to wrap things up around here with some good news, and I think this is good news. And I think any opportunity that we can shine a positive light on the men and women in blue in our country,
Absolutely.
the officers behind the badge, I think that's a good thing. And I know there's probably somebody listening right now that doesn't like police officers, but you know what? Unapologetically, I love them because they're here to keep us safe.
Yep.
And I've been pulled over a lot of times. I mean, a lot of times. And I've never had a problem, and it has nothing to do with the color of my skin. It has everything to do with how I treated them. I treated them with respect. So if you do that, no matter who you are, treat them with respect, they'll treat you back with respect. Well, a great group of officers in Miami gave a 7-year-old boy a morning to remember. They adopted him for the day so he could go to his school's yearly Take Your Dad to School breakfast. Oscar Portillo usually doesn't participate because his father was deported from the U.S. 3 years ago and killed in Honduras. His mother, Lisa Portillo, wanted Oscar to have a chance to experience the breakfast and decided to make a call to the Miami Police Department. Instead of one officer, Oscar got 4 who accompanied him to the school breakfast. At the end of the breakfast, all 4 officers also signed a pledge promising to support Oscar, helping him to become successful at school and to encourage him to his best every single day.
Oh, that is such a great story.
That is.
I love that story.
And if you'd like to see the entire story, I've got it on our Facebook page, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. And each day, I try to find at least one positive story that I can share. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing that's been really, really cool is I have listeners who will send me stories now. and say, hey, this should be your good news for the day. If you ever have an idea for a good news story, because the internet is huge, there's no way I'm going to find them all. But if you ever come across something that you want us to read on the program, whether it's good news or just something silly that you want us to read, send it to us through our Facebook page, because then we can actually get it on the program. So a big thank you. This was shared to me by a listener. So thank you so much for sharing this. It's such a cool story. It again happened in Miami. Again, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. You can read the whole story. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday.